getting ready to end the season here in Idaho. And Jasper had a good time. Dudley had a great time, especially since he got a new little sister. But she's been cool. She's been a good puppy. But I haven't really done an overview of what we have here and what we did this year. So I guess I can do that now. So we got here to Idaho mid-May, late May or so. And then Corey flew out July 4th, my son. And then before he got here, I got everything prepared. A lot of work and going to get this all set up and what's involved, especially with the excavator and the trommel and pumps and generators and all that. But it was well worth it. We got more gold than we ever have in the previous 6 years. I think it's been 7 years dredging with our dredge. So it was well worth it. So what I'll do is I'll give you an overview of what we have and what we set up for this year. And we actually had it going last year and we just shoveled into it. We didn't have the exploratory permit to use the excavator and all that, but we got the permit. Started working on that in December with the BLM, submitted a couple proposals and they were awesome in the Idaho BLM office. I don't want to say what office it was specifically, but they were great. Made some suggestions for improvements on the document I put together and the verbiage and all that. So they really helped. They were awesome. So what we did is we got our 16-inch diameter drum trommel, and we've got an 8-foot sluice box plus maybe 2 feet of flare out there you can see. And in the flare we've got a set of Jarvie riffles with some miner's moss underneath the Jarvie riffles and a V-rib rubber mat. And something else I did this spring before Corey got here. I plumbed it. I did some improvements on the plumbing from what we had last year. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hoses in the hopper coming out of the manifold down here. You can see where the 4-inch line comes in. And then we've got, well, actually 7 counting that one there. It sprays backwards into the hopper. And then on the end of the barrel, we have another sprayer that kind of double, triple, whatever hits the material inside. We have really clean tailings. All that water going in the hopper really cleans or separates the fines from the rocks. As you come down here in the tailing pile, you can see there's no sand. This is really clean. Everything I've always seen on TV, there's always sand and lights and fines in the material, but here there's none. There's not a grain of sand in there. So we're doing something right, and it washes it really well. So then on the sluice box, like I said, we've got 8 foot of sluice box and then a couple feet of the Jarvie riffles, but we're running the 18-inch wide dredge mat with our 4-inch pump, and it's putting out 70 cubic meters of water per minute, which equates to, I think it's around 308 gallons per minute, but it's just right. And I can actually have valves on these 2 pipes I have here. What I do, I use these to direct the flow of water into the sluice box, and I can tailor that in the direction I want it to aim going down the box. Typically when you've got a trommel like this and you've got the angle of the trommel, the water comes out of here and it goes to that edge of the catch pan down here. So you've always got more flow on that end because this gravity and the force of the water going down the trommel barrel. So I just had a piece of scrap metal around, I put a diverter in. That helped, but we're still getting a lot more flow on that side of the box. So what I did to even it out, I added these, and I can direct the flow more down this side of the box to have an equal flow down the length of the sluice box. And it's really good recovery. We'll show you some pictures later of what we got this year. And the ultra fine gold we're catching. I mean, we're talking 200-300 mesh gold easy in these mats. These dredge mats are awesome. So what we've got is the trommel, as I spoke to, and then 4-inch line coming in. And here's where we've been digging. Oh, we got the excavator. It's a Huayee brand, Huayee. It's been awesome. We've probably got 100 and, I don't know, maybe 150 hours on it, and it's been amazing. I ordered this through Alibaba, China, and I've gotten stuff through Alibaba before. I've had great luck with it. Really good luck. It was a challenge learning the customs and tariffs and all that, but it worked really good. This one can dig like about 9 feet deep. It's got a pretty good reach. It's been awesome. It's actually a Kubota copy. It's got a true Kubota 4-cylinder 1703 model engine. I don't remember the horsepower, but it's been great. It uses less than a gallon an hour. I think closer to half a gallon an hour. So it's really efficient. Between the excavator and the generator that runs the electric water pump plus the trommel, we're using less than a gallon and a half of fuel per hour total. And with the off-road diesel, it comes to like $5 something an hour, $5 and something an hour. So it's really efficient. And we're moving with this equipment probably 5 to 6 yards an hour is about what we do. Because how we're running it now, we do have a screener. We've got a powered screener, 460 volt screener. It screens 1.5 and 1 inch, but I don't have the conveyor and we don't have an end loader yet. We're gonna get an end loader next year, and I do already have a conveyor back in Wisconsin, but I couldn't get it out here this year. I didn't have room on the trailer with this on there. So next year we'll have a conveyor and a smaller end loader be feeding the screener, and then the conveyor will be set up underneath the hopper of the screener, and the screener will feed into the hopper here. But right now we have a stairs, so one person's on the excavator and the other person's up here picking out the rocks that are too big to go in there. It'll fit a 6-inch rock, but we throw anything like 4 inches and bigger, and that's just one of the piles. If you can see it, there's big rock in there. But we dug a hole probably 6-7 feet deep, 15 feet diameter, and it's 4 feet, 3 feet high above the level of the ground now. So that's a lot of rocks we're throwing out of the hopper. It's pretty labor intensive, but it's nice and cool on a hot day, getting splashed with water constantly. So that's a lot of work. But next year with screener and conveyor, it's just one person pretty much just running the equipment to feed the screener, which then feeds the hopper and the trommel. So that'll be really nice. We'll have one person just keeping an eye on the box, spraying the chain on the trommel, the drive chain. Just minor things they can do. Hang out with the puppies, keep them interested in the whole place here, which I really like anyway. But here's one of the holes we're digging. We're only going down maybe 4 feet. That's where the best gold seems to be. There's a big cobble line here, and you can see some pretty good sized cobble down in there, down about 2 feet. But I pushed some of the cobble first. You can see the line of cobble I pushed there out of the way. Then we dug here. Those are tailings right there from the back of the trommel. Another partial tailing pile back there. So we'll just gradually fill tailings into the hole and do our reclamation almost as we go. But we're almost done. We've got, today's September 12th. Yeah, 12th September, and we've got until 1 October to run and reclamate by 5 October is what our exploratory plan is saying we have to do. So, but we're getting good gold. I'm not sure, maybe from a 2-hour run, we're probably getting 1.5 grams to 2 grams, but we're getting pretty good little pickers, and we did get some nuggets. We got a 6.2 gram nugget, 3.8 gram nugget. Maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe a dozen 1 gram nuggets and quite a few over 0.5 gram. So we're definitely making more than $6.50 an hour in fuel we're burning, but we don't sell the gold anyway. We just hold on to it, and it's something my son and I do together that's special. So there's no reason to sell it. I've got enough military pension and retirement from all my years in the Air Force that I can afford expenses like the excavator and more dredge mats. I think I'm going to put a 4-foot extension on this next year. We've done testing in at the discharge here, and we're seeing nothing for colors. We'll show you later in the pictures how fine the gold is here that this dredge catching. It's doing really well. So this is just from that's the tailings from an hour run. I don't know, there's maybe 3 yards there, maybe about 3 yards of tailings from actually it was an hour and 14 minutes. We had a storm come up the other day. We did an hour run, and then I was gonna jump on the hopper, do my hour turn on the hopper, Corey and the excavator, then the storm came in. We got out of here just in time in the wind, 60-mile-an-hour winds and hail and rain. So, but that's an hour and 14-minute run. We got pretty good gold. Corey just cleaned it last night, but yeah, it's beautiful out here. You can see the mountains. We're in a big canyon here. Camp is over there. Get her, Dudley. It's one of the campers. We've got another camper down over there, and solar system over there. And then we clean up. We've got a nice shady spot from that canyon wall that we sit out. By the time we're done during the day, we have a nice place we can sit in the shade and clean. It's right behind the bushes over here. But beautiful country, really nice. One of the corner markers up there, another one up, well, you can't really see it up on that ridge. There's one up here somewhere, can't see it from here, and then there's one on the hill right above the excavator up there. So this is the farthest upstream of the 10 claims we have. We've got 2.1 miles of claims continuous down the creek here. So we'll never even get, we didn't even get out of the first claim this year, and I don't see us even getting out of the second one for the next couple of years. So many gravel bars to explore and test and run. But it's fun. Having a good time. Puppies are enjoying it. They're always wrestling. Get her, Dudley. Get Jasper. Get Jasper. Go get her. They love it out here. But that's it. Kind of went through what we've got here for this year, and we'll do some photos at the end of the video to show what we have for gold. Okay, here we just did a shutdown after an hour and a half. Take a break, get something to drink. See, the cells look pretty good. Right here, the Jarvie riffles. Let's take these off, see if there's any pickers up in the Jarvie riffles. That's the easiest place to see them. Yeah, there might be one right there. You can see it down there. I don't see anything else yet. Most of them are small enough to go through the punch plate, holes in the punch plate to get caught in the rubber V-mat or miner's moss underneath. But yeah, there was one in there for sure. But the cells look good. Puppies are playing while we're working. A lot of black sand. It's good, we don't want that. Get it out of the sluice box.